Where do we go next? I know a place that we could go. Hell. Why don't we go to hell? Hell is wherever Jordan Romano is pitching. Oh yeah, you thought that the idea of hell is just like limited to the Bible? Is limited to people who believe in a heaven and a hell? You think that it's limited to that? You think it's limited to fictional stories? Not saying that about the Bible. I'm saying about fictional stories in general where they mention a hell. You think hell's not real? Buddy, I don't know if you've watched Jordan Romano pitch for the Phillies this year. That is hell. So the Phillies, out in San Francisco, take a nice lead. Ball goes into McCovey Cove. Everybody's happy. Phillies are up 3-1. Rob Thompson seems like a lovely man. Lovely Canadian man. Says, you know what? 2-run game. Chance to win a game in San Francisco where we have a hard time winning games. I'm going to go to Jordan Romano. Now, maybe, perhaps, Rob Thompson was like, you know what? Let's go to Romano because I just like how things are trending right now. We don't have reinforcements coming in the bullpen because Dave Dombrowski is a fucking idiot. So maybe I'll put Jordan Romano into a 2-run game where even if he gives up a run, he'll still close the game out for us. He'll still get a save. We'll still feel good about it. And his confidence will go up because he got put in a position to close out a game. So Rob Thompson trots out Jordan Romano, who goes out and pukes all over himself. And the game ends on a 3-run inside the park home run, which, by the way, Marsh looks like a dipshit overplaying the ball. The ball's going to either go over the brick wall or hit off the brick wall. I don't know why you're chasing after it as far as he was, but the ball ricochets off the bricks. Surprise, surprise, bricks are hard. And when a ball hits the bricks, it jettisons. And so what happens? Marsh looks like an idiot. The ball goes way beyond him. Marsh has to turn around, has to sprint as fast as he can with his beard flapping in the wind. He throws the ball. It doesn't matter. Inside the park home run to end the game. Now, a lot of people got on Romano. I can't even get mad at Romano. He stinks. What do you want? Romano's not a good pitcher. Romano hasn't been a good reliever this season. He stinks. Okay? He has a couple of good games where you're like,
oh, maybe this is what Dave Dombrowski was looking for.
No, he stinks.
Well, Dave Dombrowski's been in Major League Baseball for a long time. He's a very smart guy. He must see something in Jordan Romano.
Maybe he has cataracts. Because if you watch Jordan Romano pitch night in and night out, and then you go around as a bobblehead. We're going to use the Brad Lidge bobblehead to illustrate the point. Because I think this is what Dave Dombrowski looks like all the time. He's almost got like, remember Charlie Manuel coming out of the dugout when he was angry, right? Charlie would go, he run real good. He run good out there. Yeah. So this is Dave Dombrowski. Hey, Dave, do you like your team? Yeah. Why do you like your team, Dave?
I don't know. I don't know why I like my team. I don't know why. I think our outfield's going to be fine. I think our lineup is going to be fine. I think our bullpen is going to be fine.
No, they're not. The bullpen has largely been dog shit this entire season. Alvarado having like dad bod issues and body issues apparently. Oh, his body image. He felt really, self-conscious. So he took this unaccepted medication, whatever it was. Was it Ozempic? We don't know. Alvarado gets himself suspended and is also not eligible for the postseason. He's screwed you. Okay, that's bad. Dombrowski did nothing this offseason to address the bullpen in a meaningful way. And now we are mere weeks away from the trade deadline, and so far, he seems happy with the team. We're not even going to address the lineup, which we all know is going to come up small at some point between now and the fall. It will happen. And if they make the playoffs, that lineup will go cold. We know it's going to happen. They haven't added a difference maker. Bryce Harper, by the way, I think he's still hitting 167 now since coming back from the wrist. Not great.
It's too early to give up on Bryce Harper.
The hell it is. Home slice hasn't looked right all year. Certainly doesn't look right since coming back from the elbow first and then come back from the wrist. Doesn't look great. It's not great. It's not great. So the lineup is a mess. Dombrowski did nothing to address the outfield.
Max Kepler, he's a good sign.
No, he's not. Also, apparently a malcontent who believes that he was lied to. about what his role was going to be. We talked about that a week or so ago. Kepler was your big signing. Romano was your big bullpen acquisition. They both suck. Jesus Luzardo, who looked great to start the season, hasn't looked so great since. It's not great. This might have been the worst offseason in Dave Dombrowski's long and mostly illustrious tenure as an executive in Major League Baseball. This is about as damning of an offseason as that you could have had if you were the Phillies. And now you're left with the same two holes you had going into last offseason. Difference-making bat, hopefully one that can play the outfield so that you're not subjected to some version of Marsh and Rojas, which you still are, and bullpen. You don't have enough relievers. I know that people are like,
Oh, well, you get to the postseason. Maybe Jesus Luzardo is going to become a bullpen arm. He's got good velocity. If he's not tipping his pitches, he might be okay from time to time. Yeah, that could work. Aaron Nola. Maybe Aaron Nola could become a reliever. Maybe Taijuan Walker, who was once Taijuan Walker, maybe he'll be the help. Yeah. Maybe Ranger Suarez. Maybe we'll make him a lefty reliever out of the pen. Yeah. Maybe Christopher Sanchez, too. Yeah.
so then who's left in the rotation? Poor Zach Wheeler. That's it. It's going to be Zach Wheeler. Maybe they'll bring up Andrew Painter and they'll have Nick Abel. Maybe the whole point, maybe Dombrowski's, 7D chess version of this is he's going to convert 4 out of the 5 starters in the rotation into relievers and then just bring up a bunch of young guys to fill out the rotation in the postseason. No, that's stupid. So too is believing that Romano is a worthwhile investment. At this point, you cut bait. You have to move. What are we doing? Seriously. You're supposed to have World Series aspirations. I mean, that's what the Bryce Harper signing was supposed to signal. That's what bringing in Schwarber and Castellanos and Real Muto, that was what that was supposed to be, bringing in Zach Wheeler. World Series aspirations. Does anybody believe that the Phillies are an actual World Series contender right now? Does anybody truly believe in their heart of hearts, taking off their respective fan cap for a second, that this lineup is going to be better this postseason with a far less than 100% Bryce Harper, with a year older Castellanos and Real Muto, with a Bohm that is Bohm, and a Stott that's a Stott, and a Marsh that's a Marsh, and a Kepler that who the hell knows? Do they really think that this lineup is going to be better in the fall, is somehow going to be slump-proof in the fall? They've gotten otherworldly starting pitching to this point. It's the only thing that's really kept them in a lot of games. It's the thing that they've been able to rely on. But at some point, there could be a regression to the mean. And I'm not so sure this team's going to be able to stay above water if the starting pitching is anything other than immaculate every time out. And even if the starting pitching's great, you're left with a black hole at the end of the bullpen. You go through last night's box score. I'll pull it up real quick because, it's important. Sometimes these things are important. Take a look at who pitched for the Phillies last night. Take a look at what the Phillies sent out to the mound and take a look at what blew up at the end for them, okay? This was a game where Taijuan Walker went out, gave you 4 innings and only 1 earned run. Okay, Taijuan, nice job. Tanner Banks goes out, gives you a scoreless inning. Gave up 2 hits, not great. Scoreless inning. 3 more pitchers enter the game. 3 more. They allow a total of 2 hits across 2 1/3 innings. No earned runs. And then it goes to Romano in the 9th, and he gives up 3 runs. He gives up an inside the park home run. Again, on a ball that, in fairness, Marsh really misplayed, but I'm not sure that even if he had played it better, you were going to get much more than maybe having to go to extra innings, although you'd have a chance to win. It's a disaster class. And watching the Phillies right now almost feels like an exercise in futility. Going into it expecting the Phillies to continue to pull out impressive wins, to me is an exercise in futility, and I get it. They've been winning series, and that's great. It's great that they won a series against the Reds. It's great that they won a series against the Padres. It's great that they won a series against the Braves. But it doesn't change the holes that are still on this team. And if you're going to really try to get this fan base behind this team again, you have to address them. I like to throw around the term organizational malpractice. It's more than that now. It's like flipping the bird at your fans. Dombrowski has gaslit the fan base for the entirety of the season. We like our team. We like our lineup. We like our team. No, you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. There's one hole in that lineup left. It could be two if they have to shut down Harper again, which I would almost expect they're going to have to at some point. You can't have him hit under 200 for as important as he's supposed to be to the team with no power. You might end up having two holes in the lineup, and you're certainly missing at least one or two bullpen arms. You got to fix it. And if you don't, you're throwing in the towel on this season. And if you do that, and you have to go into an offseason where Suarez is going to get paid and Schwarber is going to get paid, what's the incentive for those guys to stay? I'm starting to feel like if you don't have a deep playoff run this postseason, I think there's a near 50-50 chance that you lose Suarez, and a near 50% chance that you lose Schwarber. I'm actually leaning right now that both of those guys are going to end up getting significantly bigger contract offers elsewhere, and they're going to leave. So can you imagine after getting to a World Series, getting close to a World Series, then last year just a total disaster class against the Mets, can you imagine if this thing peters out that way? Like when we were all here from the 08 to the 12 season, right? You won a World Series kind of unexpectedly. You got back to the World Series, lost a tough one to the Yankees, and then every year after that, losing the CS, losing the DS. It got worse every year. I hate to be the negative guy, but I'm being realistic. You got to fix these holes, or you're really running the risk of having some of your bigger impact players ultimately leaving in free agency. I get that they're going to have to get younger. They have Crawford. They don't want to bring Crawford up. Everybody likes to bring up the ground ball rate. That's fine. He should be up here. The options at the MLB level are not sufficient enough. You got to figure it out.